What's going on, bro? What's going on, sister? I hope you're doing well. I hope your night is going fantastic. I am going to work. I'm getting ready to go to work right now, so I'm at my mom's crib. I just work near here, so excuse the change, embrace the change, but I have a word for you today, right? We're gonna hop right into it. One verse, and then, man, just some encouragement, man. We're in the book of John, chapter 4, verse 34. Or actually, we'll start in 33. Therefore said the disciples, 31. In the meanwhile his disciples prayed him, saying, Master, eat. But he said unto them, I have meat to eat that ye know not of. Therefore said the disciples one to another, Hath any man brought him aught to eat? Jesus said unto them, My meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. Now I can just imagine Christ saying this so boldly, like with a straight face. The disciples are just like, Jesus, eat this meat. Eat, come, eat. You're hungry, eat. And he's just like, I have meat you do not know, right? My meat, what I eat, is to do the will of my Father, what I hunger for, what I'm worried about. Well, you guys are over there messing around. Yeah, be worried about that food. Be worried about what you're putting in your body. I'm worried about what I'm putting in my spirit. I'm worried about what I'm doing, not what I'm eating. I'm not concerned with the food. I'm not concerned with the things that you are concerned with. I'm concerned with the will, with the suffering that I have to endure. I'm concerned with the purpose that I'm here for. I'm concerned because I have one life. He's concerned because he is here once. He has one chance, one opportunity to do everything to perfection, to do everything perfect. He cannot spend his time worried and concerned about food, about drink, about, the earthly, the fleshly desires, the fleshly stuff that the disciples are worried about. He knows his purpose. He knows he's here for a specific reason, and he needs to carry that will out. That's what he's focused on. That's what he's worried about. That's what he's hungering for, right? He says that's his meat, right? That's his food. That's what he hungers for. That's what he needs. That's what he needs. Right? We need to eat. He needs to do the will of the Father. Man, I was just meditating on this. I was just thinking through what was in chapter 4 on my walk here, just reviewing it. And this just, came to mind. I was kept just going into the meditation. That's why it's so important to meditate on your word, because there's always an underlying thing, right? It's not just face value with Christ. There's always an underlying, parable or meaning. And right, the question I have for you today is, what are you concerned about that you know is not the will of the Father? What are you worried about? What are you concerned about? What are you thinking about, meditating on a daily basis, on a nightly basis? What are you concerned about? The disciples here are concerned about the food that they're eating. They're concerned about their fleshly desire. And Jesus Christ says, I can't worry about that. I don't have time for what you guys have time for, right? I'm above that. I just can't, right? He just doesn't have the mental capacity. I need to heal these people, right? I need to do these miracles. My Father is telling me so much to do, right? I need to make sure I get this in so that it's recorded so that people like you and I can read it, right? He's like, I need to do this. I need to do that, right? I need to do everything to perfection. While the devil's stay probably attacking him, the devil just trying to bring him down in every situation. I need to do everything to perfection. I can't be worried about this food, about this fleshly desire. So what are you concerned about? What are you worrying about? What are you desiring and focused on that you shouldn't be, right? When we should all be focused on the purpose and the will of our Father, not focused on what we're going to eat. As Jesus Christ says in Matthew chapter 5, he says to give no thought for your life. Literally, he says, give no thought for your life. I believe it's either in chapter 5 or 6. Not what you eat, not the clothes you wear. Don't give any thought for it, because your Father knows you need them and he'll provide for them. And he's living out. He is our image. He's what we're trying to grow up into, to be Christ-like. So if he's not giving any thought, and he shows it here, he doesn't give any thought to that meat. He doesn't give any thought to what he's eating or what he's wearing. He gives thought to the Spirit, to his purpose here, and that's exactly what we're called to do. We need to forsake the worries and everything that's in our mind. We need to be extracting everything, flushing our systems, just flushing it dry of everything that's not a necessity, of everything that's not the will of the Father, of everything that is not holy, that's not in the will of the Father. It's not in our purpose. It's not in the Spirit. And we must focus and hone in on our purpose, seek our purpose. Because just like Jesus had a purpose here, we all have a reason for living. Yahuwah, I'm going to start calling him Yahuwah because that's his real name. I'm going to do a Bible study one day, a video on all the real names, right? Yahuwah is the Father. Yasha Yahuwah is actually Christ. It's not Yeshua. I think that's what most people think it is. It's Yasha Yahuwah. I'm going to go into it another day, but so Yahuwah created us all for a reason. The Father created us for a purpose, for a specific reason, just like Christ. And so there's so much for each and every one of us to fulfill. Like every single day, the Father has a will for us. Every single second of every single day, he wants us to be doing a specific thing. Like he has a will for us. Just like Jesus, there was so much for him to do. So many miracles to perform. So many conversations to have. So many things to say specifically. And it's the same for us. He never got off track. Like in his ministry, during the time of his ministry, during the time that we read, he was never off track. Right? He was never off track of his purpose, of his will. Every single time we read about him, he's doing something. He's doing something that's in the will of the Father. He's fulfilling. He's taking a step forward in his purpose. And that's how we need to be as well. We need to be taking steps forward every single second, trying to flush everything else out and really focus and hone in on our priority, which is the will of God, which is the purpose and the reason for us even existing, being in these bodies, being who we are, and having what we have. So yeah, I'm gonna just leave you off with that. The question, what are you concerned about? Just like the disciples here, what are you concerned about that is worldly, that is fleshly, that is not of the Father? What are you concerned about that is not in the Father's will, that the Father doesn't really care about, right? He doesn't care about what you're eating, what it tastes like, right? I mean, he wants you to enjoy the pleasures of life to an extent, but that's not his main care, right? That's not his main worry. So think on that, meditate on it, and begin to improve your life, improve yourself, improve your discipline to flush out, cut out everything else. I pray this video edified you and encouraged you. It helped you out. If so, feel free to leave a like, comment, feedback, questions, whatever, man. I'm not good at responding to comments. I'm not going to lie. I go like a couple days without it, but I need to start hopping on that every single day, start grinding this, because this I feel is what the will of God is for my life at the moment, to edify, to encourage, to motivate, to inspire, to make these videos. And so I got to do it well. I got to start focusing more on it, just like I just said in this video, because of all those reasons. So I pray you have an amazing day, amazing nights. Read your word day and night, meditate on it every day and night, and you will change drastically. Stay faithful. I love you. Peace out.